All right, I just hit record.
Wait a second. Let me grab coffee.
All right. Welcome. This is our first episode for January, the new year. It's the first week in January, and we all survived the holidays.
Deep sigh. Release the breath.
How is it going?
I think I'm one of the few people who like this time of year. Yeah, I am so happy with the quiet house, a quiet social calendar. I'm so just content. How about you?
No, I love it. The holidays were actually really great for us. We didn't travel, which was nice. The kids had a long break, like a week and a half. So maybe it wasn't that awful actually, but
That's
we were
actually
here.
short.
I know. I'm like, it felt long, but we were here and we had visitors for Christmas, and then we had a little break, and then we had visitors for New Year's. So it was really nice. It kind of broke things up a little bit. We were in and out of the city, which was good. It was good. And I'm with you. I was so excited on Sunday. I was like, back to routine, back to quiet house, a good work day.
Yeah, all of it. And I always get a little sad on that Sunday. Like, it's sort of the ultimate Sunday scary, but I think I absorb the feeling of my children too. I mean, spoiler, they had Monday off, and that was tricky for me. It was that kind of straw that broke the camel's back. Tuesday, they're muddling through the week. They're gonna get there, and then I think we'll all feel pretty whole going into next week.
Yeah. I will say I'm feeling pretty tired on this Friday, like the first full week back. I'm like, oh, this is what it's like to work a full week.
Yeah. And like the kid shuttling too. I was like, oh, I didn't miss this.
Yeah. I also was not, I don't know if this is good or bad. I had like a list of projects for work that I wanted to get done over the break that I had they're like quiet projects, right? Of like writing assignments or like just some like thinking things.
Learning how to be a podcast editor?
Yeah, exactly. I think I got like a third of them done, which I don't know. Normally I would feel so guilty about, but I didn't. I was just like, all right, fine. We'll use the first week.
Jenna, you know this. If ever you feel that way, you text me. I will break it real.
I think that's normal though for people. Like I do feel like a lot of people, especially entrepreneurs, but also like a lot of our clients that we work with kind of go into the break with like a couple things they want to get done. And some years are better than others with actually getting those things done. So,
but I will say, I truly believe it's the only time of year, not even August, not even late summer, where people in the US, unless you have a job where you're closing the books or, you have a massive year-end situation to contend with, it's the only time it's remotely quiet and people don't expect immediacy. And I really try to live into that every season.
It's nice. Okay, wait. So let's talk about holiday shopping because we are in the first week of January, and I feel like all the different shopping trends and consumer behavioral reports have started to come out. And I don't know if I would say the findings are interesting. I didn't feel like they were unexpected or off from what we had talked about before, but still always fun to kind of take a look at how things shook out, basically.
Spending was up. Hey, that's a good sign at all the key points where you would think it would be up. Cyber 5, Jenna, that was a new term for me this year. Kind of that tip off between Black Friday and the 5 days after. I think including Cyber Monday, I thought that was interesting because it really isn't just a one-day window anymore. Thank God, because sometimes you forget to be active on Black Friday. And certainly not out in brick and mortar, right? Like,
I was going to say too, I think the trends were showing that like online e-com shopping was up significantly. And I do feel like I noticed like the newsletters and ads I was receiving really lived into that Cyber 5, right? It was not a one-day thing. What was it? I think it was like Tuesday. So Giving Tuesday, I was like, God, I missed Cyber Monday. I forgot to do XYZ I was going to do. And a lot of the companies still were like, in case you missed it, one extra
Thank
day.
you.
Yeah, I was like, thank you
Yes,
so
I
much.
need you.
Yeah. I mean, I think that the retailers have started to adapt more so to the consumer behavioral patterns, right? Which is just like, we can't get it all done in one day.
No way. No way. I'm too busy answering texts now. Thank you.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
I think the purchase habits were more interesting for people like you and me.
With kiddos.
Yeah, with kiddos and what people are excited about these days, a little throwback
The
style.
throwback.
How'd
Yes.
you do for your 3?
I love the retro vibes. Like the retro and the throwback is making me so happy. I think we were chatting the other day and you were talking about how it's continuing to be perpetuated from cultural items like Stranger Things.
Yep.
And, I don't know. I love it. My kids got a couple different kind of throwback toys. So first off, this is not a throwback toy, but Nintendo Switch 2. We
Sure.
caved and bought my 2 older children that. Um, and I am not kidding you. Brian and I was like, steal it from them to play. I was like, Mario Kart. Oh my God, I'm in my childhood again.
Yeah. And it's so fun. You can honestly
It's
play
so
for
fun.
hours. I didn't know
It
you
is
you
so
did
fun.
that, Jenna, the Switch too. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
So Mario Kart, Sonic, like I remember being a child and sitting for hours playing with my best friend. And now I was like, okay, cool. Like this is fun. Like it's fun to participate in that stuff with them.
Are the kids liking it too?
Oh God, they're loving it.
Is
I
this
mean, we
their
have all
first
the
gaming system?
restrictions about it. Would you? Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so last year we got the Playground. Playground Next it's called. It's like a cube and it has a camera. It's more interactive with the TV, which
Oh,
I
sure.
actually really like. So like when I won't let them just sit and watch TV, sometimes I'll let them do the playground because you have to be jumping or bouncing or like jogging in place. Like you have to be physically doing things.
Good.
So it's a nice little happy medium. It's great for like rainy days or really, really cold days. Well, and actually now we're on this topic before I go too far down the line on retro. I think one of the trends was about technology really like
Yeah.
went on the upswing this holiday season too. We had a lot of technology in our house. So we
So
had
you
the
guys are
Switch.
tech forward.
Yes, there were just cords everywhere on Christmas morning. Cords and charging and signing up. Isla got a Fitbit. Like I was like, oh my God, there's so many cords.
That's a lot of cords. Well, come on,
Remote
wireless.
control cars, like everything you can think of. There were cords for everything.
It's a necessary evil. That's when you told me about the cameras too, right? Who got a digital camera
Yeah.
this year?
So Isla got, so back to retro. Isla got a digital camera video recorder. Not fancy, just like
Yeah.
a, kind of middle of the
Basic.
road one. Yeah. I mean, it was one that similar to one that I had 15, 20 years ago. And it's just so fun. She's like walking around the house, recording people and taking pictures. It just felt like my childhood. This Christmas
Yeah.
felt like my childhood was back.
And that's fun for you as like part of the gift giving team, right?
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
Wait, before I get into the next big item, because I think it was in both of our households, did you guys have other tech come into your household from the holidays too?
So it's funny, we did get a digital camera for Sam, but I low-key returned it because I don't think he really was tracking on it. And Rosie was going shopping anyway to return a few things. And I said, here, throw that in too.
Well, he noticed.
That is the thing, right? That is the thing he won't. Hopefully he won't listen to this someday. I honestly, 2 things. The retro gift, I have a good one for you, but also experiences, Jenna. So we Switch 2, we're there with you. The kids love it. We love it. All the things. That was the big tech. It was the thing that went over the best, especially with my son. This year, I was able to take the kids shopping for gifts for the family and check out what Sam got Jake.
My God, I am obsessed.
Did you not? This might have been the gift of the season. This little gizmo here. And by the way,
Okay, wait, what is it
Target.
from? I feel like I should know this.
there was one of these left on the shelf. And the story behind Fisher and Gizmo is that Jake's been asking them for maybe 2 or 3 years to watch Gremlins. It's no, 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 no. This year we finally watched it.
Wait, isn't Gremlins scary at one part or no?
I mean, look, it's a little scary. They are
It
little
is, right? I'm like trying to recall this from my youth.
Yes. 10 and 8, it was a great, because they saw like the nostalgia in it. It's definitely a throwback compared to what the kids watch now. But yeah, a little bit creepy. But honestly, they definitely enjoyed it. And by the way, it's a Christmas movie. I don't know if that's up for, because it's set on Christmas Eve. So there's a lot of imagery that bleeds through the content. Kind of like Die Hard, right? That is a Christmas movie.
Which is like debatable. That is debatable. Wait, there's another one somebody posted and said, is this a Christmas? Oh, Harry Potter. I was like, really?
I think it's appropriate for the holidays. For sure.
Oh,
I think all three. But
this is
I do understand they're debatable.
This is a cultural debate.
It is. It is. I'm aligned that yes, all three of those can work for the holidays for sure.
Okay, wait. We're going to post on our channels and see what people think. Die Hard, Harry Potter,
and Gremlins.
All right. I'm writing this down. We're going to see what people think.
I'm curious. I am very curious. Yeah. So Gizmo gift of the season. And then the other one was experiences, which I know is in the data too.
Yeah.
Jake gifted all three of us experiences. So I think it's also, his resolutions list to have really quality time with us. Yeah. Maybe devoid of the full family unit and the dynamics at play there, but it was cute. So for Rosie, it's a trip to New York to see the Stranger Things musical or Broadway play. I don't even know exactly what format. And then for Sam, it's going to my hometown of Baltimore and taking in an Orioles game. Yeah. So
I love that.
Yeah.
Wait. First off, we have to give credit to both of our husbands. They are both really great, great gift givers. Also, one of the trends I saw right before Christmas, and this was around last year, but I saw more of it this year, was the idea of like the mom's stocking being empty. And it wasn't really like, I mean, I guess it was. It was basically saying like, dads, do your part, right? Fill mom's stocking. She's filling everyone else's stocking.
Sure.
What I found interesting though is I didn't see any brands jump on that. Like, because it was around December 2024.
Yeah.
Brands could have jumped on that as like dads doing stockings. Like that could have been a cool creative idea.
Yep.
I found it interesting that nobody jumped on it and it was everywhere all over my social at least.
Absolutely. All the little cute gadgets or self-care items, skincare, lots of brands.
Yeah, I feel like there could have been some fun, creative. You could have gone many different directions with it, but I think that was interesting. Okay, wait. So the retro gift that I wanted to talk about was the tin can.
Yeah.
So it showed up in both of our houses, right?
It sure did. Yeah.
For those who don't know, the tin can it's a phone, like an analog phone. Like we grew up with, like we would refer to as the house phone before everyone had cell phones.
And everything.
Yes. I mean, I, as a child, remember calling my friends on our house phone and sitting there and chatting with them. And so Tin Can has two different versions of this phone. Both are cute. One really does look like the old school phone. One looks a little different. I got very excited and bought it for my children and for my nieces. And then several of our friends had them. And the way it works is you can either for free call phone to phone, tin can to tin can, or if you pay for, I think it's $10 a month, a service, you can call any phone with it. They also all call 911. Which is great for kids, especially younger kids, because that's an easy thing for them. Sometimes it's harder for them to like unlock a cell phone so I was really excited about the tin can. Now, unfortunately, tin can had two problems. One, because they blew up in September, I think they were featured on the Today Show.
Today Show for sure. Yeah. That's when it started entering my text chains. My mom.
It was a lot of big media. And I think a lot of parents like us thought this was going to be the gift of the year. So we ordered it, and they smartly on their website already had kind of like batched out. If you order by this date, you will get it by Christmas. If you don't, you're not definitely going to. They still had problems though with
Yeah.
delivering by Christmas. I ordered mine at the either end of September or very early October, and I didn't get mine until like the 23rd.
Ooh. Hey, but at
Which
least you still got it.
I did, but it didn't give me enough time to ship it to my nieces.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I had to then wait and give it to them later. It was fine. I had friends who didn't ever get theirs. I don't know exactly what date they ordered on, but they never got theirs. It was in October. So I ended up actually only giving one to my kids, which I think is fine and probably made sense anyway,
Yeah.
and giving it to the friend. But so shipping was one issue. And then the bigger issue is functionality.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know if you had trouble, but every one of our friends and us,
Yeah.
it basically didn't work. Like, and I don't mean to say it didn't work as in it's never going to work. Their system was overloaded. They had everyone turned on Christmas Day and the system went down. Their lines went down. So calls would
Good
drop.
problem they were not at all prepared for technology wise.
Yeah.
But that's where
Yeah.
comms comes in, as we know, timely, honest. They hit the honesty part. Absolutely. I still save those emails because I'm like, this is great. Like you can feel the pain of the founder. You know, it's personal with his kids. And absolutely, he's in this tough position that he's actually illustrating in these emails. He's cutting a deal to the folks that did the $9.99 plan, tin can to tin can. Little bit of a different journey, Jenna, with us, because I think my kids are kind of like not super excited. I mean, you have Rosie who is moving from tween to teenhood.
Yeah.
Like she's forward looking to a phone that she won't get for 2 years. And then there's Sam who is more excited and a couple of his buddies are on, but they haven't made calls yet. They called each other once.
So then Isla's 8, and I think she's the perfect age for it. Will is 6, and he kind of doesn't get it. Oh, I also gave one to my mom.
So they could
So that they could call
make
my
so
mom.
much sense. Yeah.
And Isla, Christmas Day, I mean, like the second she got it, she's been trying to call people. She's got like 4 or 5 friends that have it and my mom, trying to call people. I think what's happened though is because it doesn't work over and over and over again, it's towing the line to becoming a forgotten device.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And which is a bummer because I think it will be great when it works. And so, it's like, will she kind of pick it up again? I agree with you. I guess, first off, I'm like, how you knew the volume of devices you sold, kind of like, how did you not anticipate the surge? And maybe it was anticipated and just other things happened. That's probably what it was. I think that they've done a great job in comms. The only thing I would point out is it was a little bit late. It was a little bit late. I think they waited like 3 days before they sent anything out.
Right.
And as a parent on Christmas Day, and knowing that the founder is a parent on Christmas Day, right? The chaos that was happening on Christmas Day and the next day with these 8-year-old girls was absurd. And then my phone was blowing up with text messages from all the parents being like, it's not working. She's trying to call. She's trying to do this. So-and-so's trying to do this, blah, blah, blah. Like,
you're like, it's Christmas Day. It's
absurdities for 48 hours. So I do think it's a good lesson and comes to your point. Like they did the right things. They admitted the problem. They took ownership. They, proposed a solution to kind of compensate the buyers. They have since also sent a follow-up note on it to let people know. So they're doing all the right things now for sure. I think they should have jumped on it just a tiny bit earlier.
Yeah, I agree, Jenna. And I think your experience is probably kind of the archetype, if you will, because we're a little late on this. It was kind of a Hail Mary for us to participate anyway. So therefore, the fact that it's not working right now, it's not the end of the world. And my hope is that when it does, Sam will pick it up. Rosie might get some joy out of it. But, I think it's for an age part for sure. And the grandma thing, I'm wondering if that was unanticipated. I do have friends who did the same. And that's a really lovely part of it. It's not something we did, but I don't know, maybe I'll ship one over to my mom. So we'll
They
see.
are really affordable. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's true.
yeah, we'll see how it shakes out. I do think they're doing the right things now. So I'm, curious and hopeful that they get it fixed and that they succeed as a company,
I
right?
do too. It's a great idea. It'll be interesting to see how the age brackets shake out. But like I said, I think you're right in the sweet spot with yours.
We
Up and
shall
comers too.
see. Okay, so moving on from Christmas, the other thing you and I were chatting about, and actually we responded to a media inquiry about this over the break, is New Year's resolutions,
Yeah.
right? And kind of
One of my favorite topics.
what they look like this year for people and also how brands can live into them a little bit.
Right. Right. Yeah. So I have been, I'm a bar setter, keep a low bar. For many, many New Year's, I have given out resolutions because of the quit factor. I think I was too lofty back when I did do resolutions, probably too many and too insanely, the bar that I was holding was not attainable, truly. And that's how you're going to fail. So the shift is, and I'm sure people that are smart have been doing this for years, is bite off what you think you can chew, incremental little goals that get you where you want to be. A lot of them are health oriented, especially at the turn of the new year. Jenna, you and I have talked about this. I do a mini reset at back to school. I think as a mom, back to routine
Yeah.
in any life stage is just an obvious moment. This year, as I'm creeping towards the next decade, it felt way more important. And, I have ailing parents.
Yeah.
I would say of anything that scares me the most is what I'm seeing going on there. And so I'm like, okay, that's where my resolutions are going to take me, health, but also family and engagement with the kids. We are in the sweet spot, even more so than you, Jenna. It's something to look forward to, but I don't want to miss this. I just refuse to. So how do I engage in a way that they respond to? That's another piece. But the point is, make sure you're doing attainable nuggets, not these
Yeah.
whole sweeping things
Yeah.
that you're going to fall flat on.
Well, and I think that, so I'm with you. I don't do big resolutions. I haven't, at least in more than a decade. I do not remember the last time I did a resolution. I kind of use it as a point to just make small pivots or push a little bit harder. Like I've been a little bit extra health focused in the last 6 months. So in the new year, I was like, okay, what's the one thing I might be able to add in there? And same thing with work. Like I was chatting with someone yesterday and I was like, what's the, just short little bullet list of attainable things that I could put on the agenda for this year that I could actually make happen that would feel like incremental progress. I was chatting though with one of our team members over the break, and I think that's where brands can really live into this too. Is, there's always been this whole new year, new you, right? Media covers it like crazy. I think there's a holistic shift happening throughout the country, at least, with people doing more of what you and I are talking about. And I think that brands need to make sure that they're following suit. So great to launch a big giant campaign or, you know, kind of use it as a moment in time to inspire people to do something specifically health focused.
Mm-hmm.
But ensuring that there is a cadence of communications and check-ins and that it doesn't feel like this big overhaul has to happen in 1 or 2 months and then you're gone is, I think, where brands are going to be successful. So if it is a wellness brand, like even if we're looking at like media buy timing, right? Like setting the right cadence of check-ins and
Yeah,
pulses or just media outreach timing, I think will help brands stay relevant throughout the whole year versus a one and done pulse or big push.
absolutely. And certainly it's more appropriate for brands that are in that
Yeah.
space. You talk about healthcare. You can talk about, beauty brands, that sort of thing. This is where social comes into play as well, just in terms of you have that direct outlet to the consumer. So what is your content doing for you within the entire year scope? Don't forget about it come February 1. Kind of make sure you're towing that party line. and not leaving your consumers hanging. I think for our clients, I think we're a little bit lucky because they have that purpose platform, and I think they just live it intuitively. It's part of their ethos, their being. So, whatever messaging we have is just innate, with this sort of party line.
Yeah. But I think to go back to what you were saying, like if you look at the tactical mix even, January is a great time for like email signups to grow your email list as a brand, and for social engagement offering. And we've always said this with social, right? Like social can't be too self-serving. You have to be giving people something they want to, and it has to feel authentic to sustain the engagement. And I do feel like January is a great time to kick that off. So to drive those larger emails, signups, and then to kind of start to gain that loyalty if you don't already have it, right? Of engagement on social with various offerings. And then I think what we're saying is just don't set it and forget it. Yeah, you got to maintain that. So last impact. We try to ask each other at the end.
Yeah.
What's your impact? So what was...
Well, I'm going to rewind it then from hard to the nibbles. Let's think about New Year's resolutions, right? And so my impact was this week and feeling as though we got through it with some shining colors. I think we had fun with the kids. I have a husband that's traveling this week. No problem. We're not going to let that get us down. And just achieving, re-engaging at work in a way that's really exciting. Jenna, I'm so excited about what this year is going to bring for us. And so just that refreshed attitude of I'm here, I'm ready to dig in, learn new things. It's a personal impact story this week for me. How about you?
Right. Mine's a little on both. I feel accomplished from the personal side because I feel like the week went off without a hitch and everyone seems happy and kind of well adjusted back into the routine. My biggest impact felt like work this week in the best way possible. I feel like there were some things that we've been trying to do for our company for a while that we made a good amount of progress on, and that was really exciting. And then on the client side, we've made some good progress on new business conversations and already started diving in on some stuff quickly. But also for our existing clients, I feel like we're kind of gently pushing them into the rhythm of the year and getting them going and making sure that we aren't behind the eight ball on any sort of programs or campaigns we have going on. So I feel like this was a really productive week.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to kind of keep the momentum going in January.
It's nice when the treadmill metaphorically is running at like a 4.0 instead of a 7.0, right? And I felt like last year, Jenna, we were like, jump on. We can pace, we can figure it out. It's very different at the dawn of 2026. Yeah. So what a great conversation. Lovely to be back in action with you, my dear, dear partner. And I would just say, have a lovely week and we will see you next time.